Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to Xbox On. We're here at Gamescom, and obviously, Lydia, you've got to play one of your favourite games, Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, I'm a big Metal Gear Solid fan.
No,
yeah,
really?
big fan of the series, so I was pretty excited to get some hands-on time with Survive. So I want to start with saying that obviously it's quite different to what we know from the Metal Gear Solid series. Yeah. That goes without saying. So to start, it's not a stealth game. So Metal Gear Solid is famous for its stealthy ways. You're playing Snake or Big Boss, and you've got to, you know, it's all about trying not to get into combat and doing everything really quietly. Metal Gear Survive is much more of a survival game. It's not about creeping around, it's about staying alive. So it's constantly like keeping an eye on how much your hydration levels are, how hungry you are. You know, like you'll have hordes of zombies coming at you, you're crafting, you have a base. Like it's a totally different mechanic in terms of the actual gameplay. So forget everything you know in terms of like getting on your belly and like sneaking along and hiding in a locker or whatever.
I was about to say like hiding in a box like Snake, just kind of like playing that kind of. It's, to me, it kind of sounds something that's more suited to me.
Yeah, I think it would be much more up your street, because although it is more sort of just more violent, I guess, in the same, not saying, maybe, you know, just saying it's, you know, more just straight out, just plowing zombies and just shooting them in the face. But a lot of it is actually just trying to stay alive, you know, much like things like State of Decay 2 and things like that, which we're going to see soon. It's all about keeping an eye on your vitals and trying to keep your character alive. So it's definitely a very different take on the series.
All right, so obviously it's not stealth, right? It's kind of more guns blazing. But what else is there in Metal Gear Survive?
So a big part of the game is crafting and your base. So we know from Metal Gear Solid 5 we had the mother base where we had all our soldiers and everything. Yeah. It's like that, but sort of taking it to a different sort of style. So yeah, it's all about getting your base, keeping your base going, fortifying your base so it doesn't get attacked by hordes of zombies. So it's the same kind of idea that they had in 5. You know, if you left your base for too long, you could get attacked and lose some of your soldiers. So it's kind of like that, but instead of, you know, people attacking you, it's horrible undead zombies with gross mashed up faces. So another big thing also is crafting. So you're going to go out to the world to get your resources, to collect all your items, to go back to your base to craft things. So almost every single item you use in terms of weapons or clothing or anything like that, you have to craft. It's you don't just find it on the battlefield. So you need to find all
the little bits of materials that you need so you can craft what you want.
Exactly.
If you need to get something to, I don't know, like kind of hit zombies around the head with, right, you got to get like bits of wood and then like I don't know, a knife so you can like shape it.
Exactly. So you've got to get like a crafting table to start with, and then you run out of bullets. You don't just find ammo on the floor. You know, you've got to sort of craft together your bullets, get the items for that. If you want to like level up your sort of what you're wearing for protection and stuff, you're gonna have to go out onto the field and find stuff. So it's very much, it doesn't hold your hand in terms of sort of staying alive and keeping your base going.
So I'm guessing you're always having to try and think ahead. So it's just like, okay, so I might be doing this later, so I need to make sure I'm collecting that so that I can build that.
Exactly, because if you're not thinking ahead, then that's when you run out of stuff and you die. And especially if you're playing...
Don't want to do that.
If you're playing co-op with mates as well, you can work together to go out onto the field to get more sort of difficult items, and then you can bring that back to your single player game. So it's definitely worth teaming up with mates to sort of, you know, take down the zombies together and then taking the benefits back to your little world.
Yeah, so I kind of just need to find some more friends and to get rid of you, so it'll be fine.
Hello, Metal Gear Pro here. All right, I will teach you the ways. Stealth Pro.
So obviously, all right, it's not stealth anymore. It's kind of more about kind of going all out, guns blazing, surviving against hordes of zombies. But what else is different?
What's actually interesting is not so much what's different, but what's the same. So obviously, it's the Metal Gear. It's set in the Metal Gear series. So where it's set is it's an alternate universe to Metal Gear Solid 5. So it's very similar to Metal Gear Solid 5, but very different at the same time. So it's got that same, like when you're running around on the field outside, it will feel like very much like Metal Gear Solid. It's got the same HUD and menus and like sounds and things like that. So when anyone who's played a lot of Metal Gear Solid 5 will feel instantly like, this is comforting.
Connected to the world. It's like kind of those similarities and familiarities that you're kind of used to.
So I would say if you are a big Metal Gear fan, it's definitely that will be really nice for you to go back into that world. But obviously the actual sort of gameplay and what you're doing is wildly different. The things I did like is that they've taken things that have been in Metal Gear Solid 5, brought it into Metal Gear Survive and changed it up slightly. So one thing you can do in Metal Gear Solid 5 is you can Fulton guards. So basically you attach like a sort of balloon thing to them and they fly up and go back to the mother base, right? So in Metal Gear Survive, you can set up traps for zombies, which are Fultons. So they step into it and the balloon takes them up, but they just dangle, they don't go anywhere. So they like, you can just pick them off. So I did a horde mode and we're trying to protect our generator. So I just put loads of Fultons all around the generator. And then, so if all else failed, when they got near it, they got Fultoned up, but they just dangle.
So you just had a load of balloon zombies just kind of like dangling around your generator.
Exactly.
Okay, it works out. It works.
It's pretty sort of surreal and silly, but it's cool.
Throws back. It throws back, so you kind of like I said, it's like there's familiarity to the series that made you fall in love with the Metal Gear series in the first place. It's kind of having those in kind of a different type of gameplay.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's really satisfying and it's really nice to have.
I think it's important for Metal Gear fans to have, even though this is such a different game, to have something that they do connect with in terms of the Metal Gear Solid 5. So it is nice that it does have some throwbacks.
Right, so obviously you got to go behind closed doors, get a bit of hands-on. What did you get up to in that hour?
So we did a co-op mission actually. So I was playing with three other players. We were a team together. We had to, I mentioned earlier, we had a generator. We were out sort of like on the wasteland, like, you know, deserted area, and we had 3 hordes of zombies coming for us to try and destroy our generator. So it's classic horde mode. They're not doing anything like particularly groundbreakingly new, but you know, when you know that mode, you can work on it and make it good. And it was really good fun. Like, we very much did have to work together. So a lot of Metal Gear Survive is about traps rather than it's about building your defense. So you have like some time, and we had like fences. Fences are a big thing. Putting down fences.
You know, you can't ever go wrong with a fence.
You can't go wrong with a fence.
You know,
I mean,
garden fences, like metal fences.
In real life, if you could just pop out a fence, that would be useful. But you know,
like one between me and you all the time on the sofa.
Oh my God, why are you being so horrible to me?
I'm sorry.
Anyway, so you can put down fences and like electronic like magnet fields and oil slips and things like that. So you'll see the route that all the zombies are going to take, and then you want to just like go down all those routes, put down as many traps as you can, find a high vantage point is what I went through. I went for that sort of just trying to pick them off pick them up from a distance. And then of course if your friends go down, you got to go help them up and everything like that. And then yeah, exactly. I thought I was the one that went and picked everyone up.
It's like zombies, multi challenges. You know, just leave them.
No, but you get points at the end for helping them, so it's totally worth it.
Okay, right, fair enough.
Exactly. That would
I'll be like, I need all the points. Like,
I'll help you.
Keep going down.
So in between each wave, like, different things come into the field, and like you have to go with a teammate to go get them. So after one wave, we had some loot kind of thing come up. So me and another teammate ran to go get. There were walkers, so we both had to get in them, and there were like armored zombies near us. It was just really cool, like working together and going and doing that.
Wait, so it's a bit like kind of in Gears of War Horde mode, where you kind of run out to go get the power and then retreat and get back into your base as quickly as possible.
Exactly. So it's, you know, it's classic stuff. It's classic Horde mode, but it was really good fun, and especially because there's different types of zombies. You've got these like ones with massive heads that explode. Obviously, you don't want them to go anywhere near your generator, or you don't want them to explode near your fences because they're going to ruin all of your defense. You've got armored zombies, which are pain to kill.
Shoot them in the weak points.
Shoot them in the weak points, but they didn't have any weak points because they were like head to toe armor.
Yeah, they're just always little cracks.
Always the cracks in the suit. Ammo was obviously low. In a survival game, you can just like shoot as much as you wanted. I ran out of bullets quite early, which was a pain. So yeah, co-op mode is definitely good fun, and anything that you pick up and craft and gather, you can bring back into your solo gameplay, which is pretty awesome. But unfortunately, we did not protect our generator, and it exploded with 10 seconds to go.
Why am I not surprised?
Hey, I carried that team.
In the comments below, are you surprised that Lydia failed with 10 seconds to go?
I carried that team, thank you very much.
So obviously, even though you're like failing after 10 seconds and stuff, right, another aspect that you're probably sad about is that you don't get to play as your favourite Snake.
No, there is no Snake or Big Boss, obviously. So this time around in Metal Gear Survive, you make your own character. So it's very much more of a personal experience in the terms of like you're not playing through another character. You create your own one, you customize your own one. And also in terms of the actual sort of physical abilities you have, the more you progress, the more sort of special abilities you get. Like we saw in a clip, it was pretty cool, a stealth takedown. So there is still stealth, but like creeping up behind a zombie, going behind them and like, you know, slitting their throat or whatever. It's something that you can just do. You've got to kind of build that up. So there is a nice level of sort of personalization in it. Obviously, I love Solid Snake, but Snake is Snake. He's might not mention it before, but you know, he looks what he looks like. He sounds like he sounds like, and he's got his own special set of skills. Whereas this time around, it's very much more personalized, much more customizable. It's kind of like your decision, and you build that character up. So yeah, it's very different.
bit more choice.
Yeah, exactly.
So there we have it, guys. That's Lydia's impressions of Metal Gear Survive. She's ridiculously excited. Make sure to let us know what you think in the comments down below. And if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos.
And make sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. We will see you next time. Bye.